Good afternoon and welcome back to the homestead. So today we're working on the hood for the fire pit in the summer kitchen. I came up with a lot of different ideas in my head, looked at a lot of YouTube, watched a lot of YouTube I should say, and looked at a lot of pictures. And what I settled on doing was building a framework for the hood out of a lightweight angle iron and then lining that with a thin gauged sheet steel, 24 gauge in our case. And then the chimney or pipe that goes up through the center section that you've seen in the previous videos, I decided to get 8-inch wide, 1/8 inch thick flat stock. And I'm going to weld together a box, a square box that will go up through the center section and be the chimney. And then where it goes through the roof, we'll actually use some of this that we have extra and we'll weld a piece on that is at a 5.5/12 pitch to match the roof all the way around all four sides. So the plan is we'll be able to take this up on the roof, set it right straight down through the hole, let it rest right on the roof, probably put a little caulking around it, and then we'll take the hood and go inside and we'll pull the hood up inside and we'll actually have 4 holes, one in each side of this chimney, and we'll have 4 holes in the hood. And we'll be able to pick the hood up, bolt it into this, and then we'll be able to take the sheet metal, put it inside the hood, and bolt the sheet metal in. Mostly for cosmetics, but we want to have a lot of little screws, a lot of little bolts down all the angle irons holding the sheet metal in. So you'll see that as we go. So we're gonna just set you up. We probably gotta get you a fresh battery here. We're just gonna set you up and let you watch us do a little welding and some time lapse, and we'll bring you back when we got the chimney closer to ready to go in. Alright, so battery went dead in the GoPro. We didn't actually get video of cutting the angle iron, but you've seen us cut steel. We've got a saw for that. It's pretty straightforward. So what we've got here, if I can get everything disconnected and set down. Actually, if you give me just a minute, I'm going to shut the welder off so you guys can hear me over the welder. So since the battery went dead, we've done a couple things. We've got our chimney finished, or almost finished, and we got our hood roughed in. We took a bunch of 1-inch angle iron, we made a base that's 44 inches square, made a top that's 8 inches square. What we're going to do is we're going to weld a flange around this out of some flat stock that will fit inside the chimney. So when we put the chimney down through, and you'll see how that's going to work a little later, but when we put the chimney down through, it'll self-support. Then we'll pick this up and hold it inside the chimney, and we'll drill 4 holes and bolt it to the chimney. And that will let us level it too. That way we'll drill 1 hole, and we'll get a level on it. And we got the sheet metal out in the truck for the side, so you can see that Sue's marked them all out and I've drilled all the holes. We're going to put small bolts about every 4 inches, just to, it's kind of a cosmetic thing. We probably could very carefully turn the heat down on the welder and probably stitch the sheet metal inside here with the welder. But the bolts I think are going to look kind of cool, you know, overall. So that's where we're at on the actual funnel, if you will. And then on the chimney, I'm not 100% sure where the GoPro went dead, but we've got all 4 sides welded. So now we've got to do a bunch of, you know, grinding and cleaning. We've put some rod on the top. So this is going to be the top of the chimney. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some scrap metal and make a little hood that fits on there. We'll end up putting it on at an angle, and it'll sit on those 4 pins and keep the rain from coming down the middle of the chimney. And then this is our roof flashing. So we cut these pieces, and what these are going to do is once we figure out the right height, they're going to weld on the chimney. So this is our 5.5 12 pitch. So this would be like our roof setting on there. So that's going to weld on the chimney just like that. And we'll put one on all 4 sides, and we'll weld the corners together. And we'll pick this up and stick it down through the hole, in theory. So that's where we're at. Yeah, we'll bring you along as we keep progressing. And I think we might wrap this video up here. Alright, so I know we said we're wrapping up the video, but as I was wrapping up the video, I noticed something. And we tend to show you how things go for us. Everything is kind of, you know, if we make a mistake, we're going to show you that. So I was telling you that the flashing is going on like that. And that's what's going to support the chimney in the building. Of course, we don't know exactly where yet until we hang the hood. But I had forgotten, or I hadn't forgotten, I just didn't calculate for it, that the center section in the summer kitchen is in a diamond out through the roof. So that means this is coming out through the roof as a diamond. And what that means is that this point, this corner, will be coming out in the middle of a flat. So what that means for me is my flashing has to go that way. So not a huge deal. I basically have to figure out the angle, and I have to cut a little notch out of all 4 of these so they'll fit over that this way, like that, and go back together. But it's one of those things where, you know, I was just about ready to start tacking things together, and we was doing the video, and I'm like, you know, it doesn't look right. So I kind of want to bring you guys back. What that also means is that our hood, if we square to square, is going to want to be at a diamond inside the summer kitchen. So the solution for that, if we don't want it as a diamond, which I don't think we do, is we will actually figure out, we know that that's about 11.5 inches corner to corner. So we'll come down to about 11.5, maybe even 12 inches on here. We'll make a level line across all the way around, and we'll cut all 4 of these off at the right angle, and we'll just build another square that is 12 inches. And that's going to actually be good, because if you look down at this square, I didn't do a very good job on this, and we kind of, it's a little bit bigger on one side than the other. You probably never see it. And we also ran our angle iron up inside instead of cutting it at the angle. So we took a couple shortcuts there. So that will take care of that. So I just wanted to bring you back and show you that. We're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap the video up now. And what we'll do is we'll bring you back. We're going to mock up the flashing, figure it out. We're going to take this thing out, haul it up with a rope in place so we can visually look at it and figure out what we want. And then we're going to figure out where the flashing goes on that. We'll get the flashing tacked on that, and we'll get it out in the get it out there, put it down in the hole, and we'll see if everything fits right, if we have to make any adjustments. So we'll definitely bring you back for that. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.